It is the Riot Podcast. Good day and welcome to the Monday, October 17th show. How you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing grand.
Yeah? You got anything on your mind?
It feels sad that it's not your birthday anymore.
I know. How was your weekend?
I think you guys are sadder about it than me.
Well, we were trying to make sure you
I got like a whole birthday weekend out of it.
I know. I wanted more meals. I mean, obviously we had breakfast and lunch last week for your birthday. I was hoping that could carry over in today. Maybe we have a couple more meals.
Well, okay. What's in the freezer though? They got us some new bagels.
Some new bagels, yes.
So I think they're supposed to be cinnamon raisin ones too.
We got new bagels and we got a bunch of ice cream to try later this week. That's free. So more free food, and you love ice cream.
I do love ice cream.
Have you seen the ice creams? I think you're gonna get a kick out of it.
I don't know if my hopes are so low for any ice cream we try. There's only been a couple good ones.
No,
the majority.
the Van Leeuwen ones.
The Van Leeuwen ones are not good.
If it wasn't a good one, you're crazy.
No.
With the first round of Van Leeuwen ones we tried, we agreed those were terrible.
No, it's
we
the
liked
Little
them.
Debbie ones that were awful.
Listen, the first round of Van Leeuwen ones were like the mac and cheese pizza. You guys like those ones?
The goofy flavors weren't good, but the good
All
flavors
the
were
other
good.
ones.
The best flavor of that first round was like the royal wedding cake, and it was not
But
that good.
these aren't goofy flavors. They're like
and then
pumpkin
the second
cinnamon
round
roll.
was okay.
It's like Mexican hot chocolate, honeycomb. It's good stuff.
I just don't have my
It's gonna be
hopes
good.
high because Van Leeuwen hasn't impressed me thus far.
Okay, well, you don't remember anything.
Nikki,
I remember.
Yeah.
I can't wait to pull up these food fights. I'm gonna cut out
Because
the
you're like,
audio.
ooh, ice cream.
The last time we did Van Leeuwen, it was like, wow, I can't believe we liked so many of
The
them.
second
love
ones were a
them all.
lot better
They
than
are
the first
so
ones.
solid. And Nikki got a bunch of a different brand of ice cream that looks really good.
It looks like
really?
it's trying to put an emphasis on like Southern style
Yeah,
ones. So like
which
there's a
we
banana
love.
pudding one.
Is there a mint chocolate chip one?
That's not Southern.
Yeah.
There's
come
like
on.
a
I never
sweet
did
potato
anything.
casserole one. Like there's a bunch of really good looking flavors.
Yeah.
So we've got one ice cream food fight this week coming, and then we'll do another one next week. So don't worry, we'll have
have to clean out
those.
the freezer.
Yeah.
And then today during the show, we went over a bunch of things. One of them being keeping the topic of sweets at hand, using donuts to hunt bears.
Yeah. I think if you are a bear and you are going to die, I think you should go with a donut.
Well, it depends on which
In your
one.
mouth.
If you're doing like because to me, when you were telling the story in my mind, like the guy's bringing a box of a dozen donuts, I bet you it's just one of the bags of like the powdered donuts.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
wouldn't
could
wanna
go for
die
a
with
donut.
those.
Yeah, I think, what about you get those bags of the little crullers that you can get from not like their Krispy Kreme brand. You get them in the store.
Yeah.
That'd be a great way to die.
Well, you're not allowed to
Just
hunt
eat
that
as many
way.
as those
So
you
we
can.
will explain why you're not.
We also talked about a big baseball game tonight. The Guardians play the Yankees, and what I will be doing for that game.
Are you making anything?
I
or-
think I'm going to go somewhere to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet up with some friends and head somewhere, some sort of sports restaurant, and watch it there.
That's
probably.
going to be a fun atmosphere.
Oh, I'm
Except
excited.
Unless they lose.
If they lose, I'll be less sad.
Yeah.
Aw.
You'll be-
Because as long as I'm around a bunch more people
Yeah.
in a more fun
you'll
atmosphere.
all be sad together.
Yeah, and I'll have eaten a bunch of good food and stuff. I won't have had to cook anything or clean any dishes afterwards.
good point.
So it'll make it a little bit easier.
For sure. Anything else?
We talked about some of the most recognizable dating red flags. A bunch of them, a long list of them.
Yeah, we really did get through a lot of stuff. It makes you. It makes me glad I'm not dating anymore.
But maybe just don't look at the list if you have a date coming up this weekend, because I think you're going to start seeing flags like everywhere. It's a very long list. So have a date first and then go back and say, oh, maybe that was a flag.
Yeah, you can
Or
evaluate your date.
that wasn't so bad, because look how worse people could be.
Yeah. I think, sometimes you ever, like if you're single, you might wonder, what's it like being married? And a lot of being married is just thinking, I'm glad I don't have to date anymore.
You don't have to find anybody else.
I'm glad I'm out of that world. There's not a lot that when we read stuff about dating and I go, man, I wish I was dating again. Doesn't really happen.
Well, that means never break up, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Text and say hi. If you want to add a 40th or a 41st, second, third, or fifth red flag, you're more than welcome to. There's a ton you can add. Text us at 877 to Radio U.
And that's the show.
Have a
See
good
you guys.
day.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Nikki, bear aficionados such as yourself know, right?
Fan of bears, yes.
Yeah, you know, you're not supposed to bait bears with chocolate.
Yeah, I remember reading past few years that it is a tactic for hunting that you're not supposed to do. So you can't bait a bear like with food and trap them and then kill them.
Sure.
You're not allowed to hunt that way.
You're not allowed to use, I just remember chocolate being a specific thing you're not supposed to use, but I didn't know until now, you're also not supposed to use donuts.
Is that another common one?
I don't know if it's common because it's illegal, so it shouldn't be. And I have here a hunter in New York State that has been charged after he allegedly used donuts in an attempt to lure bears for him to hunt.
It just feels extra wrong that it's donuts.
Doesn't it?
I just think it does.
But I mean, there is like
It says that they put them around trees and like inside tree stumps. And then they saw the guy using a bow to hunt the bears in the donut area. And he had a large packet of donuts in his backpack. And he said that they were for himself. And that
he was just stashing them away.
Dropped them throughout
into the tree
forest
stump.
so that he would know his way back.
Wow. That's one way to do it. Well, I feel bad for the bear, but then again, that would be, I guess, if you're a bear, like it's legal to hunt bears.
Yeah, but not that way.
But if you're a bear and you're going to get killed anyways, might as well get killed with a donut in your mouth, right?
But you might not get killed if you don't get attracted to the donut, like to get, lured in. And this guy was using that, which you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, it's no good. Here's the other foible I thought that could come up with this.
Foible?
Yeah, like another issue.
Yeah.
That might come along is, what if you're dropping donuts as bait and you start attracting things that aren't bears? What if you start attracting people?
Oh no!
What if
well,
all of a sudden you're
No, you did attract a person because it was the police.
Yeah, I guess you did.
They came after him.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess no surprise. No, that's not funny. But no, it'd be bad if he's sitting there with his bow or whatever, sitting up in a. Do you use a tree stand when you're hunting bears?
I don't know. I'm not.
Probably.
I try not to learn about bear hunting.
You
It's
don't hunt
hurtful.
bears. So you're up in your tree stand. The donut area. And you hear some rustling, and you wind it up or whatever. You pull back, shoo, you shot fires, and it's just me.
It's you.
You shot me.
Well,
you
all right.
baited me.
We're not hunters, but I think you're supposed to look and see something first. Okay, so I don't think you're just
all you
supposed
could
to.
see was a big, large mass,
Nope.
dark colored, moving very slowly like a bear would.
And
I could easily be confused for a bear. Lots of hair flowing. I'm making noises like. I could easily be confused for a bear in the woods.
Be careful then.
Yeah.
But for this guy, he was ticketed for hunting bear with bait, not displaying a back tag. Let's see, which is what you have to legally be able to kill a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is a charge. Injuring trees on state land.
Oh.
What is that?
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know.
You baiting the trees too? You hunting trees?
Maybe. Littering on state land, failing to label his hunting stands with his name and address.
Dang.
And so he had a few others. So this
I
guy
guess you do
wasn't
need
just
hunting stands.
in trouble with that.
Well, once they find one thing on you, all of a sudden, all the other unseemly business you've been getting into comes to light. All your untoward hunting behavior. It's all been exposed now.
Well, if you ever see a bear in the woods, run or don't run, depending on the bear. There's different ways.
Okay.
Figure
or
it
play
out.
dead.
Figure out what
or
you're supposed
give it
to
a
do.
donut.
But if you ever run into a donut in the woods, don't take it.
Run, because somebody's about to shoot you.
Some guy's around.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
A lot of people are going to be on the edge of their seats tonight as Major League Baseball in the ALDS, American League Division Series. It is the final deciding game between Yankees and Guardians. It's win or go home tonight in New York City.
Didn't the Guardians win the last one?
They lost last night, but they
Yeah.
won
They
on
did?
Saturday.
They did. So it's 2 games apiece. They've
I was
each
close.
won.
I didn't know yesterday happened.
Yeah.
So I was thinking the
You weren't
Saturday
paying
one.
attention, were you?
Well, good for them though.
So tonight, here's what I want to know, Isaiah, or I'll offer these up to you if you don't have any, or maybe Nikki has some she can contribute. Tonight it's gonna be a nerve-wracking game, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have any rooting interest for Isaiah rooting for the Guardians, for me, rooting against the Yankees.
That's important.
But there's a lot of Yankees fans out there too, I'm sure. So you're gonna be nervous for basically the entire game unless it's a blowout. So what are your tips for making it through tonight without losing it?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't have any. So you're
if you care about the team at all, there's no way that you won't be nervous during the entire game. Like, if you don't really care, then it's not that big of a deal for you.
You don't have
you're
any
gonna
calming
be fine.
techniques?
I don't know if I have any calming techniques. It's like the win or go home. There's no other way.
Well,
every single pitch, you're going to be kind of freaking out a little bit.
If you bring friends over, then you won't freak out as much if your friends are around.
Yeah.
You think?
And if you have enough food, I think that'll calm you down.
That was going to be one of my first tips. It doesn't necessarily have to be with food, but every commercial break you get, you've got to get up and walk around, go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's worse when you're pacing.
No, but you've got to
Pace the room.
Instead of just sitting there and thinking.
Look like the
you
weirdo when you have your friends over.
No, you've got to get up and every time it's like, why does he keep going to the bathroom?
Like, what's
Why
wrong?
is Hudson pacing the room every commercial break?
But you got to get up because if you just sit there, you're just going to be stewing. You're just going to be like thinking like, so you've got to get up and get some food.
That's fine if you don't have friends over.
Yeah, if you're by yourself, you can do whatever weird technique you need. If there's people around, you need to act cool.
Well, you be a good host. Just be you have people over and then you're like, hey, every commercial break, hey, go into the kitchen. Anybody need anything?
No,
every single
then
commercial.
It looks like you
Then
took
everybody-
you can't sit still. Like something's wrong.
Well, you can. Yeah, something is wrong. It's an elimination game.
Well,
in the
then don't
Major
try
League
to get
Playoffs.
out of it. It is wrong. It's how it goes. You're either going to win or go home. Be a man.
Okay, what about this? You got any techniques for, let's say it's the ninth inning, bottom of the ninth. Yankees are up. They're down a run, got a man on, boom, home run, game over. Crushing defeat.
Aww.
How do you deal with your anger in that moment, all the emotion? What do you do?
Yeah, but he likes a lot of the Cleveland teams, so
That's
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
he's used to it.
Yeah, precisely.
So you should have some good tips.
I was at the game yesterday.
You went to the Browns
You can
game.
stew in your own sadness. That's what you can do.
That's all you do?
What do you mean, what do you do?
I
When
think
your
you-
team loses, there's no way to make yourself feel better in that moment. The best thing that you can do is just try not to embarrass yourself with your post-game rituals after your loss.
I think here's what I think. You need something either appropriate that you can throw down in anger. That's why I wear a hat, because when the game's over, I can just go.
You do not throw a hat.
I
If
do.
you throw a hat,
You got
He took his hat off.
if you throw a hat after the game, like you throw it down in anger,
lots of people do
you
that.
cannot do that. If you're around
What do you
people,
mean?
I pray that you do not throw your
If
hat
you're really
in anger.
upset, you can go like Yosemite Sam.
That's what they did in 1902.
Exactly. You throw it down in anger, and then you can stomp on it if you
What is
want.
this,
especially
a movie?
if it's a Guardians
Is this a
hat.
movie?
It'd be perfect.
Now, think about this as an option. If you're really, truly upset for the Guardians or the Yankees game tonight, what if you don't watch the whole game?
Nope. Out.
Okay, is that out?
Yeah,
Because
no
sometimes if you're
chance.
too invested, like it's hurting you, you just have to turn it off.
But that's the best.
The last game of the season.
You can't have love witut pain, Nikki.
Because then you can't
That's actually
experience.
your
Sometimes
hat.
You
love
can't
is
experience
pain.
the greatness, because if we walk it off tonight and you didn't watch, you're gonna be really sad,
It's gonna
because the
feel so
high
good.
would have been so high.
Yeah, it's nothing is gonna even like the Guardians. Even still, like if they were to win tonight, then they're one of 4 teams left, but they're probably not gonna win. This is gonna be the best feeling you're ever gonna get. Is tonight if they win, and they can win tonight. So I totally advocate for watching it. In a way, for me, it might be better if the Yankees win, because then I can cheer against them even more in the next several.
For the
rounds.
next one.
Then it gives you another rooting interest.
Otherwise, 'cause, yeah, if they're out, I'm probably not gonna keep watching.
Thanks for letting me know it's tonight, because a lot of the guys in my neighborhood watch in the garage, like watch outside. So now I know why everybody's screaming.
Make sure
or
you share this
cheering.
with them so they have some tips as well.
I'll ask them, are you wearing your hats to throw down?
Yeah, keep them handy.
Are you going to go get your hat now? You really did throw it down.
I did throw it down.
In anger.
Yeah, to prove a point.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
The theater forecaster, the cinema soothsayer.
Are you coming up with these off the fly?
Yeah, the picture prognosticator.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because if you recall,
You mean the box office?
Yeah, on Friday we talk about the new movies that are coming out, and we did predictions this weekend, did we not?
We did. We were wondering how Halloween Ends would do over the weekend, if it would come number one, or also just how much would it make.
Yeah, and Nikki, you had a cynical, you had a dour depressing view.
No, I'm sorry,
of
that's just my personality.
How Halloween Ends would do. I think what did you say, like 15 million?
No, I thought, I thought I went more like 19 to 20 or 21 because that seems to be the average sort of weekend box office top thing. So I thought I went more like that, but maybe I'm wrong.
That's the average for a movie that nobody cares about.
And you thought it'd be like 40 something.
40 million for Halloween Ends. And would you like to know how much Halloween Ends made at the box office this weekend?
Was it number one?
It was, of course it was number
man,
one.
You're right.
That's why they call me the picture prognosticator.
That's your new nickname.
That's why they call me the theater forecaster, because Halloween Ends made $41.25 million over the weekend.
So that's the North American box office. Globally, it made $58.4 million.
That sounds like a success, would you say?
It's about $8 million less than last year's Halloween Kills.
Dang, they put out 2 Halloween movies back to back.
We didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But they say it's the first movie in North America to open above 40 million since Nope in July.
That's impressive. That is impressive. And when you tack onto that Halloween Ends also had a release on Peacock over the weekend. And surely there had to be people that decided to open up a Peacock account because they'd rather do that than go to the movie theater to watch Halloween Ends. That's a big, it seems like a big success.
So they say, like Halloween Kills, they released Ends in theaters and the paid tiers on Peacock at the same time. Universal has said that Ends is now the most watched piece of media, film or series ever in Peacock's 2-year history.
Would you look at that?
It did good for them.
Yeah, congratulations to Halloween Ends. Although the reviews have not been spectacular, still you have to see how after 12 Halloween movies, you have to see how it all comes to an exciting conclusion. So that is what a lot of people did over the weekend. Sliding into the number 2 spot, another horror movie, that would be Smile, which dropped down to $12 million.
Can you imagine the difference? 41.3 to 12.4.
Yeah, but to be fair, Smile in its second weekend, right? So it looks like third weekend. It is now made in total, though. This has to be a success, too. $71 million.
That's good.
Seems pretty good.
Lyle Lyle Crocodile number 3 was $7.4 million. The Woman King 3.7, and then Amsterdam 2.9 million, which they say is just like one of the biggest flops ever.
The big failure, yeah. And if you're curious too, remember that other horror movie we talked about on the show on Friday? Terrifier 2.
Oh, that's the one
making
where
people throw up.
They were trying to really push like how scary it is.
Yeah, now that one was only in 700 theaters, and it's in its second week. It made $850,000, number 9 on the list.
I don't want its box office. I want its throw-up numbers.
Yeah, how many people threw up out of the $850,000 worth of people that went?
I want to see that.
Was there $850,000 worth of medical bill? Yeah, exactly. That one's costing the theaters money to have that one in there.
Well, it's tempting to go see all these scary movies.
Yeah.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
I have a list here of first date red flags, okay?
Yeah.
It's a long list. We're not going to be able to get to all of them. But
is it 56
it's
red
56.
flags?
Yeah, that's a lot to watch out for.
So how many flags do you need in order to not go back for another date?
I think like 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
It depends on like the person, I guess.
Well, and what if you're getting a red flag wrong? What if it's like a yellow and it's not so bad and it's workable?
Maybe. I don't know.
Some of these are like, if you took this one, it might not be representing them correctly as a red flag, I think.
It might not, but they got to be prepared on their best behavior for
What's
a date. I guess you can let 1 or 2 slide, right?
Yeah, like you're never, if you dip out on every single like one red flag you see, you're never going to find anyone that you like at all.
Yeah, I get that's fair. Everybody's going to slip up a few times on a date. So, but it's also worth noting this is a list from the UK. So I don't know if the customs there might be a little different. But if they arrive late to the first date, that's a bad sign, right? Do you think that's is that a problematic?
You think this goes both ways? Or is this going for men and female?
Yeah.
It seems like it's generally written from a female perspective, but yeah, I think it goes both ways.
Well, I think it's also can start the date off really bad because you just assume they're never showing up.
Yeah.
And so if they eventually do, then you're just already distrusting.
And it already shows that maybe they're not taking it as seriously if they don't have a good excuse for why they're late. So maybe it wasn't that important to them. Okay. See, this is one for a woman. This is definitely from a woman's perspective, but I guess it'd be concerning if you're a guy and this happens too. The other person insists on ordering for you.
Ooh.
Some people like that.
No, not on a first date.
But I don't think on a first
That's weird.
date. That's a bold choice.
That's controlling. That's the word we're using for it.
What about this one? If they complain about their food.
Yeah, it just depends on the context.
I think that shows a sign of it's a very negative person, don't you think?
What if it's bad?
How often does that happen?
Then it shows that they're speaking up, and then maybe they'll speak up for you.
Then it shows that you chose a bad restaurant to go to on a first date. How about this one? Is this a problem? Order something to share. Obviously, Isaiah would never do this because he wouldn't get appetizers.
Because that's too generous? Is that it?
Or we're just doing appetizers and we aren't doing a meal. I might do that.
But what do you think about sharing on a first date?
Oh, I think that's good.
I think it's fine.
You think so?
Yeah.
You're ready to get all your fingers all up in the same food?
I think that's totally fine.
I don't think that's weird at all.
You don't think? So this
Yeah.
person's being too harsh?
Unless they're only letting you share and not allowing you to order your own meal.
Yeah.
So it could
We
be
have
worse.
to get this.
All right. Here's a tough one. Eats onions at any point on the date.
Oh, because in case you
In
want
case
to
you kiss, or that just you want to talk.
So if I
close
order
up.
onion rings, am I cut? That's the line there.
I think
that's
the
a red
breading helps
flag.
it.
The breading
The
covers
breading
it.
covers it.
I don't know. It's still you can't choose anything else but onion rings.
Hey, maybe it comes with a meal. I don't know.
You know how good onion rings are?
Onion rings are fire.
Those
But
are
there's some
great.
things you don't eat on a first date, right? Onions.
that's
and
not it.
And you don't get pasta. You don't do pasta because you're gonna. That's for you because you're gonna look like a fool trying to slurp up spaghetti or Alfredo noodles. You're gonna have stuff all over your face. Okay. What about this one? They constantly talk about themselves. They talk about their exes.
Oh, that one's bad.
Yeah. Sometimes I think occasionally that can be a good way for people to bond on a first date, but a lot of times it just does come off as either they haven't let go of the ex yet, or I don't know, they just don't have that interesting of a life because it's all wrapped up in their exes. Let me see here. Ooh, this would be tough for you, Nikki. Biting sarcasm.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Actually,
again.
I appreciate that. As long as it's not directed at me.
Yeah, that's what but they say that's a red flag because it's the lowest form of wit.
The whole show is then.
Yeah.
The lowest form of
one,
wit.
Yeah.
One red flag.
I think it's okay.
You do?
Yeah, I think
Are
it's
you being
fine.
sarcastic?
No, I'm being serious.
You think it's okay? I don't know. I think a bit of it thrown in there is okay, but
It
again,
depends on your personality,
It shows
too.
such a sign of negativity, and I'm a positive guy.
You
See, I am too, but I use it all the time. So
You are you being sarcastic right now?
What? I don't know. Maybe not.
What do they say this one? I don't even have a TV.
Oh, I can't stand
That's
that.
going to be a crusher,
Can't
right?
stand
I don't
that.
even have a
Walking
TV.
out
You're the
right
worst.
There,
Just
right
because you
there.
don't have a TV doesn't mean you're not watching shows.
Yeah, and this one's hilarious. Talks like a Shakespearean bits part. They say, there's no reason for a grown adult to use methinks or whilst in conversation.
What date are you on for that?
That would be, I think they're trying to impress you by
Well,
like,
also-
look how wise and intelligent I am.
This is coming out of the UK, so I think maybe there's more of a chance of that.
Maybe so. Oh, what if they wear odd socks?
Oh, that could be
That's
quirky.
fine.
That could be okay.
I think that's a red flag for me.
you think
these
so?
are red
Yeah.
flags with dating.
If I can see a gal's socks and they're like goofy,
I think that's more of a guy thing.
you think?
I think
guys
that's-
love wearing the. What
Guys
are they-
wear weird socks. I don't think they're talking about a girl wearing weird socks.
I feel like it's even more weird if it's like if I would as a woman, I'd be like, oh, this guy's quirky. He wears weird socks. That's a bad sign for
well,
me.
sometimes I don't like these lists because then you're like, wait, that's a problem? You didn't. You
Yeah.
had no
Yeah.
idea you were giving off red flags.
And that's only like 15 of the 56 on the list.
if
so,
you want the whole list, we have the whole list.
yeah, there's a lot of pitfalls you have to watch out for, especially if you go on a date with the people who wrote this list.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Let's pretend I'm working at a coffee shop.
Yeah, you're the barista.
Yeah, and you're coming in
Wait.
and you're gonna order.
I'm
Why?
walking. I have a light footstep.
Yeah, you're walking on a wood paneling.
Well, that's all I got. I just have the table.
Wait. Sounds like you're knocking on the door. Come in, Nikki.
Let me in.
Please come in. We're open. Nikki, hello, and welcome to Chai Stop.
Yes. What
do you mean, yes? You're supposed to order.
Hang on.
Yes, is that what you would say?
I don't have a menu in front of me. I don't know what you're offering.
You don't know what you're going to order.
If you
I'm a cafe. I'm a barista. I offer normal barista things.
I will take a chai tea latte, please.
All right. Well, that's going to be, I think it's going to be $3.35 for you.
That's not too bad.
$3.35, but you could have had it for cheaper.
How?
If you said hello.
Oh, maybe I said that before we ordered or when I walked in.
No, you didn't. You said yes.
Listen, I don't like role playing here. I don't like this. Let's do it again.
You're gonna. You don't get to start over.
Out.
You already ordered.
I'm back. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Chai Stop.
I would like a chai tea latte, pretty please.
All right, fine. I guess I'll give it to you for $2.12.
Oh, I think I can get lower.
No, that's as low as you can get.
That's it.
You've gone pretty low. This is actually how they're doing things at a place called Chai Stop in the UK. They call it sliding prices, where your price for what you order is determined by how polite you are when you order
that idea.
it. Yeah, so I guess I picture it. If you come in and like I would say, hello, welcome to Chai Stop, then you're supposed to say hello and then your order, please.
Yeah.
And that would be you getting the lowest, like that'd be the lowest price for you if you went with that. If you just walk in and I say, hello, welcome to Chai Stop, and you literally are just like,
just your order.
Chai latte, you're going to pay $5.59, it looks like.
So it looks like that. If you just say your order, that's the worst. If you say please, that's a little bit better. But if you have hello and please in there, you'll get the lowest price option.
Which I think that's great because this is probably the natural Canadian in me. But this is exactly how I would order. I always go, I walk in, I say, hello, I'd like a whatever, please. I always order like that.
Yeah, then you get a good price.
I'd be saving a lot of money if this was an option here.
But I'm not a barista, but I guess I'd also just be worried, though. I guess I would assume that's the easiest part of the whole process. I think people get way meaner and worse.
After the drink is already made?
After the order's been placed.
Yeah.
So do you lose your drink if you're rude, or
can
you have
you
to pay
add
more?
on extra charges after you're rude? I don't know. That's a good point. After you actually put the order in, then you're free to be as rude as you'd like.
They say that they struggled in the past with rude customers, but since having the sign, people are coming in more open and having a laugh with it, which is kind of diffusing sometimes stressed out people. And it's going well.
I can also picture, because they do have this Post-it or whatever, but somebody coming in and being, and just ordering, not thinking they're being rude. And then you tell them how expensive their drink is. And they're like, well, last time it was $2.12. And it's like, yeah, but this time you were ruder than last time. And then they proceed to get even more rude. So it might have a compounding effect for people that I guess are just rude people anyways.
Now, he says that he's yet to give a customer the full price. What they actually do is if you order that way, they give you a warning instead, show you the sign, give you an opportunity to reorder and get it at what the actual normal price is.
Dang, you just, they order rudely, you just point over to the sign, excuse me, sir.
Try again.
Yeah, give it another chance. Man, you could even fail at ordering at this place.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.